Action.
You're here with Halcyon Daze with me, Sam, Paul, Roger, and Valence.
Welcome back. So last week.
No, you're just gonna start last week.
Yeah.
It's gonna start last week.
So Sam was just saying that I have the voice for a recap, which is very
Teen
niche.
drama.
Recap of a teen drama show, which is very niche.
Yeah.
Last week on Halcyon Daze, and now you're gonna intersperse.
You got
clips.
stage fright. You got stage
What?
fright. Last week on Halcyon Daze.
Last week on Halcyon Daze.
Yeah,
I
man.
just am bored.
Yeah, not
Alright, let's
bored.
move on. So last week on Halcyon Daze,
No, too much expression.
doesn't matter. It's not a teen drama show. It's a radio show.
It's got to be like a quick
Let's move
show.
on. Let's move on.
Last week on Halcyon Daze.
Last week on Halcyon Daze, Sam picked some song by the Smiths that I'd never heard by last week, and I
I'd
picked.
never heard by.
I'd never heard.
English is his first language. Can you believe it? Sorry.
And I picked.
That is just straight up rude.
That is.
We had some emails. We've had some emails.
Oh really?
Yeah.
About the show, or just like asking how we're gonna pay rent?
A little from column A, a little from column B. I love the show. Would you pay your rent on time? Love.
Channel
Land.
1.
Love channel. No, not channel 1. Love landlord Bill.
Landlord Bill. Damn
Yeah.
Bill. Yeah.
Loves the show.
All you do is play guitars.
Yeah. Loves the show, but just not enough to like excuse financial wretchedness on our part.
Maybe we should invite him.
Apprehension
He
of
should be
our
a guest on our show.
responsibilities.
I think that might be.
Billy.
Yeah. In
Billy
exchange.
James.
In exchange for not having paid rent.
What does Billy stand for?
Bill. William.
No, but that's William. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know why
Because
that is.
Bill's not really a name, is it? You don't name your kid Bill. I'm sure people do, but like traditionally and on the average.
Yeah, but why would Bill come from Will? Like, why would
That
a
seems
word
to be.
turn to a B?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
There are
Richard
lots
to
of
Dick.
those.
Richard-
Yeah.
I've never understood
And
this.
Robert to Bob.
Yeah.
But that seems to be a hangover from the past. Like, I don't think we're making new ones like that.
No.
We can
It's very
we
weird, though.
contract things.
Yeah, but we don't change consonants.
Substitute them.
We don't
Yeah.
change the first letter of a name.
Yeah.
Ever.
Roger, Greg.
Yeah.
Why not?
Cool.
Let's go to a song.
Let's go to a song. 87.5 millihertz by Arcade.
Woohoo!
That was 87.5 millihertz by Arcade.
I was enjoying myself while that was playing. I was very excited. It was coming up in the rounds. So,
Yeah.
I just spent a lot of the time laughing.
Gross.
Went into the kitchen. I went into the kitchen.
I didn't
Guess
even notice
what?
you went.
Yeah.
What?
Guess what? Oh, that's rude. I went into the kitchen while we're playing arcade.
Have you
Not because
seen,
I don't
have you
like
seen the kitchen?
arcade. Well, that's
It's
exactly
a
what I was going to
mess.
say.
It's a
Yeah,
mess.
that was me. I did
That
that.
was you. Guitars, the PlayStation's there for some reason. I don't understand why is
I did that. That was all me.
that's disgusting. And why are you bringing your personal stuff into the kitchen?
Just for fun.
Is this have you been kicked out? Not paying the rent again?
No,
How are you
no.
going to pay the rent today? Move all your stuff into the kitchen, and
Well, okay. So this is the story, right? I live with someone, as you know,
Uh-huh.
Roger, as you know.
Uh-huh.
You listening now you know. I live with someone. I won't go into.
you don't need
who
to.
that
This is not a super. Most people live with someone. It's not like you haven't released some dirty.
I still
want
want to keep some details though.
Oh, you don't have to,
I want to
like-
keep my cards close to my chest.
That's okay. That's okay. Don't bump the radio with your finger, because it'll. Our recording device is currently being held up by hand sanitizer and an apple, Sam's lunch. I'm reminded of when.
You know what I'm reminded of? I haven't done my shoelaces up.
Better do those. Don't want to trip up while you're sitting down.
No.
When Bill Gates was writing the first version of Windows, they had to do it for some reason. They were like in the server room, and this was way back then. They had to write it in the server room, and it was like 60 degrees in there, and that's where they had to write all the code. So it's
Why?
I don't know. They
It's
need to be
just-
close to the servers
yeah.
or something
Wow,
because of
cool.
technical reasons. So all of the first version of Windows was written with like Bill Gates, and there was some other guy who no one remembers him. It's like the Steve Wozniak of Windows.
Yeah.
They
Why
wrote the
is
whole.
that?
I don't know. They wrote the whole thing in the server room at like 60 degrees Celsius, and
Bloody hell.
and now everyone's got these cushy little air-conditioned offices.
All thanks to them.
I mean, I wouldn't
They
Give
did
them-
it for
give them
us.
all the credit, but some of the. I'm
Laptops.
just saying, this humble beginnings.
So you're saying that we're a little bit like Bill Gates
I could
and
say this.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, we do have aircon,
We got aircon.
but it's not working.
It's actually quite hot.
Yeah, it's quite hot in here.
Quite hot in
I'm
here.
a bit
Should we crank it up?
more hotter. Christ.
Let's
Okay,
go to a song.
Let's go to a song. Okay, this is Scaramanga.
My problem is I'm getting distracted. Like, I was thinking about that story, and then I was like, oh,
The goat one?
no. About living with someone, and then I forgot.
Oh, tell us about Lou. Sorry, I distracted from that.
Yeah. What was I saying?
You live with someone.
It's disgraceful.
No,
Very
it's
shameful.
acceptable now.
It's very unusual. And they wanted me to move some stuff
Uh-huh.
out of the shared room,
Yep.
and so I brought it here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty novel, isn't it? Because I didn't want to go through the process.
Are you now
of
living in the
triage.
kitchen?
I'm not living in there, but it does look that way. I can tell how. I can see how you thought that. I can see how you thought that.
Have you got any news articles for us today?
Do I have today
Ask
any
yourself:
news
is this
for you?
is this the
You know
day?
what?
Is this the day where you are gonna blow our mind with some new articles about goats being fired from the army?
He wasn't fired. He was
It
demoted
was demoted. Sorry.
and then promoted again.
Do you have any other ones for us?
I got a fact.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that sharks are older than trees?
Depends which tree.
Trees generally.
Again, depends which tree. 'Cause ferns
Yeah.
are older than sharks.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Ferns are like hundreds of millions of years old.
Sharks are older.
Sharks are. We got to fact check this.
Fact check that sucker.
Fact check this.
Fact check me.
How old are sharks?
Sharks greater than or equal to
Shark or sharks?
sharks
Not the basketball player.
as a species.
All right.
Multiple
450 million
species.
years ago.
What's the level up from species taxonomically?
Oh man, you win.
Really?
360 million.
How so sharks are 450?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it? Wait. In the kitchen.
You went to the kitchen. Yeah, we keep getting sidetracked.
I went to the kitchen, right?
Yeah, is this a fact?
This is a fact.
Uh huh.
I went to the kitchen.
You made your bed. Is your bed in the kitchen as well?
Okay,
I have a
Bob.
while. Have you also moved your bed in the kitchen?
Don't look under the sink. That's all I'm asking. Please also don't turn the tap on
'Cause
at
there's a
too
leak.
great a pressure or too great a temperature. That screaming isn't the pipes, okay?
What is it?
That's my pipes. It hurts.
Why does it hurt?
When you go to make hot coffee, I'm suffering. You think coffee keeps you up? No, it keeps us both up. Think about the two of us, alright?
Are the pipes leaking? Is this what you're getting at? And they're dripping onto the bed,
Yes.
which you're sleeping in?
Yes.
Look, you made this call. You're sleeping in the. Why didn't you move the bed back home?
Because my stuff was on the bed in the room. My housemate says, isn't it weird you're sleeping in a common area? I say no. I say I live here. I choose half of the common area to do what I want in it. You get half of the common area to do what you want in it.
Well, that's a bold
so what?
statement.
You only want to read a magazine in your half.
That's a bold statement.
Maybe maybe make some lunch in your half.
So anything goes in your common area. You can do anything you want.
Isn't that fair?
Have a party.
I pay half the rent sometimes.
Have a party. Have a photo shoot. Play a rugby match in the middle of your thing, as long as you're only on half the common area.
If I want
Sounds
to
outrageous.
TP my half of the room,
No swear word.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And what? It browns, okay? It's biodegradable.
What browns?
It eats itself. The toilet paper eats itself.
What?
So if I don't clean things up for a while,
Oh, TP is
that's
in toilet
my
paper.
prerogative.
I thought you meant TP is in the hut.
No,
Oh, okay.
but not too dissimilar in kind of
Okay, so you went to the kitchen.
design.
Look, just don't
So
cry
I
to me
take
when
my
you fall.
stuff because
you
by
fail.
this point, right? I don't care. I don't want to sleep in that place anymore. I am just so over the outrageous injustice that has been thrust upon me. I would rather sleep at work. I haven't asked management about it, but I think they're on board too. Let's go to a song. This is Glass by Cooper Petey. I don't know if that's actually a good song.
Oh, that was Glass by Cooper P. So, you know nothing at all. You don't have any stories for us this week.
I do have a story. Elections.
Mm.
We live in a time of great political interest.
Mm-hmm.
The debates are one of the crowning moments in the campaign towards election. Why are you smiling? What, you don't agree? I'm not gonna keep talking. This is too strange. I think that first moment you walk out, like you put yourself in that position, you walk out, a crowd of people waiting for me.
So no stories.
What are you talking about?
Crowd of people waiting for me. that was really.
I couldn't even be bothered.
That was a really good try, but that was so obvious.
I'm gonna go to song.
Oh wow!
When you go, something interesting about going to something interesting about when you go to the Sydney Opera House.
Uh-huh.
Have you eaten there recently?
No, these jumps are so weird. We've just jumped from the US election to the Opera House, and I can't help but think
This is
that
a
what I like.
fast-paced show, Roger.
Yeah, this is a farce.
Greg, we move very quickly from
It's
subject
Greg.
to subject to subject because we are at the height of our intellectual capacity right now.
I'm not. I'm a bit sleepy.
1, elections. 2, White House. 3, going to the beach.
There's no White House, there's Opera House.
Yeah.
Keep up.
White House is US elections. 2,
just said Opera House.
White House, Opera House.
Yes, Opera House.
There are a lot of houses.
Opera House.
I'm moving out of my house into this radio station. Everyone's moving. Houses are everywhere.
Okay.
House prices are too big, and there are not enough houses. But everyone's got a house problem. I don't know what to talk about. When you go to the White House, Roger, this is a happening show. We move very quickly. When you go to what was that? Let's go to a song. I need some downtime.
Oh,
I think I had too much.
Yeah, seriously.
You go to the Opera House. On the way to the Opera House, there are lots of restaurants along the way. This is Sydney Opera House. Just to
Not the other ones.
give some context to you,
Dear listener.
our lovely listener. Dear? Lovely.
Dear.
Dear listener, comma, when you go to Sydney Opera House, perhaps you're there on vacation.
Perhaps you're there right now listening to this.
Perhaps you're there right now. There are a series of restaurants along the shore on the way towards the Opera House. Now, you know what else is there? aside from the places that provide food for you to eat while looking out at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is adjacent to the Opera House, the other side, there are eateries. You know the problem with those eateries. Have you eaten there, Roger? This actually was a question.
Yes.
I know it's kind of tangented into some very odd, stilted monologue, but it originally was a conversation. There are a lot of eateries there, right?
Yes.
Have you eaten there?
Yes. I don't know where you're going with this.
Because the seagulls, they scavenge. They take food off your plate. It turns the entire experience into something a little bit stressful. Now, thankfully, they've addressed the problem. Fear not, you can go there again. Dogs, Roger, dogs are the solution. Dogs will come and scare the seagull away. Dogs, Roger. I haven't made that clear. Roger, are you going to say anything? This is the weirdest monologue I've ever heard. It's coming out of my mouth, alright? I really like some kind of rescue from this situation I found myself in. This is exactly the same as sleeping under the sink in the kitchen. I'm in trouble. Stop pouring coffee.
You said you had some stories. There's something about a kitchen or living with someone. I'm still waiting for that story to come out.
I went to the kitchen. I couldn't get a coffee because the coffee machine wasn't working. That's all I had to say.
Is this the news story?
And that entire fabrication was just
you
frustrated.
not have any you haven't had coffee today?
There's no coffee.
You haven't had coffee today?
No coffee. I had some tea. I had some tea before I came.
So this is why.
Some
Lack
good
of
little tea.
Lack of caffeine.
Some good tea.
To yours.
I just got an email. I guess you don't usually let people know that when you're on radio.
No.
I just got a message.
Do you want to read it out to us?
No.
Now that you've said you just got the email, I think you're obligated to read out the contents of that.
It's not like high school where they shame you for being popular.
Shame you for being popular?
The teacher, that is.
Oh.
You receive notes in class. Read it out. What? That is the stupidest... Let's not get into it. You're here with Halcyon Daze on Channel 1 with me.
Wait,
Sam
with
Paul.
Halcyon Daze?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I'm
on
open
Halcyon Daze.
You're here on Channel 1 with Halcyon Daze.
Are we with Halcyon Daze? Is that the type? You wouldn't say you're with Sam and Roger.
You're with a program.
You're with the people. You wouldn't say you're with the program.
So how would you do it?
You're listening to Halcyon Daze on
It's a
Channel
bit
1.
clunky.
No, it's not. You're listening to Halcyon Daze on Channel 1 with Roger and Sam.
You're here.
That's what you're
I'm
wondering. If it's a TV
you're
show.
here with sounds very familiar.
If it's a TV show,
Yeah.
you don't say you're with Jeopardy. You say you're watching Jeopardy.
Yeah, but it's a radio thing.
Yeah, so you're listening to it instead of watching. You're not with.
I definitely don't know. I'm not confident on this point. That was way too complicated.
What?
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 What's way too complicated?
What? Last week,
Yeah,
on
that's
Gossip
true.
Girl.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
You stole my hair curler! Can you imagine a disciplinary hearing?
was that a line?
I can't even get to thinking about my lines before
You
you're on
did
my
it
case.
well.
You know what they also do?
What?
They steal ice cream.
Christ.
What a bust.
I'm back.
Woo! Oh, I
That's
kind
wrong.
of cheated. Christ!